Good morning, good-looking people, and you're good-looking because you're always looking. And of course, you are finding the good in everything and in everybody. Hope you're well. Hope you had a fantastic week. It is Rosh Chodesh Adar. It's the month of happiness and joy, and it's a time to be excited. Today's Hayom Yom we're doing for the first day of Rosh Chodesh, which is the 30th day of Shevat. And the message of today is all about there's always room to grow, that no matter how much we attain and how much we accomplish, we can still get better, we can still get higher in our studies, and we can do more. We shouldn't be comfortable with plateauing. So we're going to hear in today's Hayom Yom all about the Rashbats. I'll read the Hayom Yom inside. I will share a little bit of the background, who the Rashbats was, and then a couple of notes and connecting it to the day, and then of course the message. So here we go. So today is the 30th of Shevat. It is Rosh Chodesh. It's the first day of Rosh Chodesh. It's also the last day of the month of Shevat, and it's Erev Shabbos. The second day of Rosh Chodesh will be tomorrow. And tomorrow there are 3 Sefer Torah, because we also have Shabbos Shkolim. Now, for the Hayom Yom inside, it says, many Hasidim used to consider the day that they first came to Lubavitch as their birthday. My teacher, the Rashbats, and the Rashbats stands for Reb Shmuel Betzalel Sheftel, arrived in Lubavitch for the first time on Thursday night, Parshas Mishpatim, 1848. Every year on that evening, he would stay awake throughout the whole night. In the morning, he would make sure to put on his tefillin precisely at the hour that he had entered the study of the Tzemach Tzedek for Yechidus for the very first time. So the Rashbats has a very interesting story. So first let's go over the Hayom Yom. So many Hasidim would come to the Tzemach Tzedek for the Yechidus, and everybody had a specific date. Even I've seen it amongst Hasidim, it's in the notes regarding the previous Rebbe and also this Rebbe, that the first time they really connected to their Rebbe was like their spiritual birthday. And the Rashbats was a very learned student, and he wasn't involved yet with the Tzemach Tzedek. And it says that he had learned and learned and learned that he became so refined that he was moved to another community to learn under Rab Michal of Opatsk. So first of all, the Rashbats was in the hometown of Shvinzian. And then after he had mastered his studies, he went to learn under Rab Michal. And it says that Rab Michal took him under his wings, and he taught him, and he taught him, and he taught him. And only after he achieved so much, he felt that he was ready to go visit the Tzemach Tzedek. And eventually, he got to the Tzemach Tzedek, and the Yechidus was such a life-changing event for the Rashbats that from that day on, he considered it like it was his spiritual birthday. Think about that. This chassid, the Rashbats, had worked on himself for so long, but he never was comfortable. He kept on going and learning and going to Reb Michal, eventually to the Tzemach Tzedek, and he continued his studies to continue to grow. So that, first of all, is the first point being made today, that we all have where to keep moving. We can't get too comfortable with ourselves. Why this is being brought up today is we are learning Mishpatim. Mishpatim, we said, is all the laws, all the mitzvahs that are coming out. We also just had Matan Torah, and it says, where we talked about in last week's Hayom Yom, that Matan Torah was like a day of, is also a birthday for the Jewish people. It says the Jews were as if they were converts, that they were reborn, and they had their new identity as the Jewish people. And that itself is like a birthday, and being that is all going on in this week's Parsha and last week's Parsha, it's also being connected in the day. Now, it also brings up in the Hayom Yom, specifically to make sure he put on tefillin at the same time every year thereafter. Why tefillin? Why is tefillin being brought up today? First of all, tefillin is very special. Tefillin really unite the mind and the heart together to serve Hashem. That's the concept of tefillin. And what's very interesting in today is if we've talked about that if you take the Luach calendar, which is 383 days. And you divide it by the average lifespan of 70. Every 5 or 6 days in the Hayom Yom is equal to 1 day. And today, in the calendar, on the 30th of Shevat, we're at the age of 13. And guess what we do at the age of 13? We put on tefillin. And therefore, tefillin is also being connected to today's Hayom Yom. So the message of the day: don't get satisfied. Keep hungry, keep working at it, keep growing. If the Rashbats had worked all this time and continued, so can we in everything that we're doing. It is Shabbos Mavorcha, it is Shabbos Rosh Chodesh. It is Shabbos. We have Shnei Mikra V'Cher Targum to, God willing, do tonight. We also have tomorrow as Rosh Chodesh. It's a very special day to hear the Sifrei Torah. There's 3 of them. And I heard it's also a big segula that when they open the Aron Kodesh, when they're taking out 3 Sifrei Torah, it's the time to ask for anything that you want, and God willing, it will come true. Have a joyful Shabbos. Have a joyful Adar. There's a lot of blessings in this month, and we need, like it says in Shkolim, that we need to keep our heads up, like it says, Kisisas Rosh, that we lift up the head, which is also Shkolim, that we have our way to keep moving up, keep our heads up, keep growing. Have a great Shabbos. We'll talk more on Sunday.